Here we go with the Bmw X7 facelift. Thomas on Autogefuel, and hey, the car is greeting me. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. You can see that the top LED signature is now slimmer and more modern than the main headlamp unit below that. This is all new adaptive matrix LED. There's no laser light anymore because they say this is actually the better thing, and in the US laser light was restricted anyway, so yeah, that's probably the best thing to do now. And here you can see the double kidney when you open or close the vehicle. Then if you have that option, so-called iconic glow, it's also illuminated, so not only the X6 gets it, now also the X7, and they call it like a waterfall light because it's kind of falling down from the top part, and it's also working while driving indeed. This is the so-called base version of the X7, so they already lift up the entry-level trim, and then you'll also get a new sporty package, an M Sport package, and if you have the M Sport package Pro, then also the whole double kidney is dark for a more sinister look. Talking about sinister, what about the wheels? Well, even here in the non-sporty version, you get now up to 23-inch wheels from Works. So the first 23-inch wheels directly from Works, from the plant that BMW is offering. The ones also you can see right here. Yeah, really massive. And then you have this air breather effect here. This color here, by the way, is very interesting. And if you come closer, you can see it does say it has copper in it. And I'm not sure if you can really see that. It does have some kind of interesting effect, and it's called sparkling copper gray. I'm not sure if you can maybe see that here now, or maybe when I open the door, maybe we can see it a little better. So in some angles you do see that, but yeah, looks pretty cool. The overall length, of course, hasn't changed much due to the spoilers a little bit, now at 5 meters 16 or 203 inches. So this full-size SUV, you can see the upright building style, roof rails, and then towards the area here. This will be very interesting because there are new lights here for the rear as well, and you also have this nice show, both when you open and close the vehicle. And these new LEDs, also here have this special effect on the side right here. It's actually pretty fancy, so this is the new look right there. And also, Autogefuel fake exhaust police is right here for you because, yeah, you know, this is the outside frame, the real pipes on the inside. At least we can see the pipes. Yeah, maybe the Autogefuel fake exhaust police won't be that strict for today. However, when you get the new M60 version, there will be kind of like a split in between, and yeah, this will be a little bit weird then. But overall, the design here for the rear, a little bit form follows function, of course, with the X7 because you need more space on the inside. But definitely with this new LED look here, definitely more modern than before. As for engines, it's easier now actually. So we have here the charging equipment for the studio, of course. This will be gone, not for your vehicle actually. So you will have the 40D, the 3-liter inline-six diesel with 340 horsepower, or here today the 40i. This is a 3-liter 6-cylinder petrol engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's 380 horsepower, so it gets a 40 horsepower power upgrade. And then there will be the 4.4 liter V8, a new version of that one, with 530 horsepower exclusively for the M60 model. That also gets the M Sports package, for example, also with the anti-tilt control and rear axle steering. Standard for all, however, is the adaptive air suspension. This is the new key fob. You have basically now the one from the BMW iX, but you see here with the high gloss black, you always need, you know, like a microfiber towel. Oh, no one saw that? Yes, and now, door closing sound. It's actually quite solid, right? Isn't it? Psst, don't tell BMW. No, and now here the inside of the doors. You can see here is a bright styling for today, and also good from the quality of the buttons right here. One of my favorite sound systems is also in here, the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. I think they really adapt to the BMWs, definitely. And more news coming up in the interior. Not so much at the steering wheel, but more at the seats. In this case, it's still the animal skin pack. However, standard now for the Bmw X7, what you can see at this moment, but we will show you later, is a new so-called sensor fin material, and this will be an all-new leather red material more sustainable, more animal-free, and BMW says that it's actually that good from the quality that they expect customers to stick with that material. Actually, it is basically like like a development from the current sensor tech we have at the BMW 5 Series facelift, which is already really soft, has also this kind of quilting on the inside. It will also feature here in the sensor fin, but it's supposed to be even softer and will be available in 4 different colors: a black one, a bright one, and 2 different nuances of brown. So really looking forward to that, and of course we'll keep you updated. It's actually a big thing that BMW also here in the top luxury segment goes into the more animal-free and sustainable direction, and it will also save massive amounts of CO2, not only from the material itself, but also over lifetime, because it's also the lighter material. Here 1m86 or 6'1", still enough headroom left, and here this is the panoramic roof. It is standard, and then it also gets, you see these dots actually, and then they are basically illuminated at night and give some kind of a kind of a star ceiling. And here my favorite old school element is that you still have these old school BMW wings you had on the tail lamps, for example, or still here as the top light. And here the top light, this crystalline structure there in the panoramic roof, is really funny when you get through different ambient lightings. It also changes there in the top. That's fancy, isn't it? And by the way, these details are the ones I love. Dampened here, when it comes down. And by the way, new also here for the vents. What's that? At first it looks a little bit weird, but then it's a nice metal, metal spray knurling on top of that. And here you can see, basically you can move left, right, up, down with the vents, and at the same time with the same knob you can shut it off or turn it on. This is the way it's on at the moment. So you don't have like 2 single elements to control, but just one. Completely new cockpit here, 12.3 inch plus 14.9 inch, and you have then this widescreen format, from the iX or i4. Here a matte wood styling. Beautiful. I love that open cell matte wood. And here with the ambient lighting you can see so many elements to explore there. You have here, this X7 here on this new, kind of like special pattern ground. Then you also have, when you come to the inside of the doors, from the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, 2 times the different speakers which are illuminated. Also this additional element then inside of the door. So that looks pretty cool. And then you're also in the middle part, middle console, left and right. So yeah, I probably thought, we've seen what Mercedes is doing. Maybe it's a little bit too much, but we try to step up the game a little bit more as for ambient lighting. And hey, Bowers & Wilkins sound system, even here. See here that the top letters, even that one changes accordingly. So I think that's a really nice design detail. And once again, we have these new vent controllers also here in the middle part. So at first they feel a little bit weird, because you can like turn them in almost in circles. But then when you think about it, it looks clean. And at the same time, once again, open, close, and up, down, and left, right, just with one design element. And that's why it's so clean here. You still have a manual volume knob. Glad we do have that. And also for skipping the tracks, well, but that's one button, right? This one button curse. It still gives you haptic feedback though. Yeah, but the thing is, you do lose the climate menu then here, and this went up into the screen. Hashtag capacitive BS, but for a touch solution, at least it always stays here where it is. So it's always visible, always staying there, and it's quite easy to reach. I would still prefer the manual climate buttons, but for a touch solution, it's more or less okay. Middle console, really beautiful. Once again, the open cell wood. I would pick this bright wood actually, then together with the new bright sensor tech seats. Sensor fin they're now called, because it's like an evolution of the material. That would be my setup. Here then heated and cooled cup holders. Inductive charging pad. This one does not get the cooling update we have in the iX on the 2 Series Active Tourer, where the inductive charging pad is cooled. They did not implement it in that one, so that's a standard one. Sometimes their phones can overheat in inductive charging, that's why they do it now in new models. Then here, new shifting lever, really slim integration for that. And also then here you still have this controller for the infotainment system that you can easily control it while driving. Air suspension up and down, you can also do that manual. And then you have the split armrest as we know with another USB-C charger now. New digital instruments. They do spy on you with infrared lights. We see them on camera here now, not with our own eyes. But you can see you can also change the contents you want to have. For example, and also here that map content. I mean, they're basically kept simple, but with this new kind of iX styling, I would take it that way, or here in the OS 8, operating system 8. I'm more a fan of the layout they had before, I have to say. But here you can also change it a little bit if you prefer it more like this or in a more, let's say, classic style. Head-up display is an option, and you can also change the contents you want to see in there. The main infotainment unit, OS 8, of course, here you also have to clean it with a microfiber towel. And next time, as a revenge, I'll use a BMW microfiber towel in an Audi. And here you can see this is the main app view, and I think it has become more complicated. Not only that you have the temperature in there, but also you have so many apps here now. It's, they split it then that you, for example, have vehicle apps here as a hotkey. Then you have a little bit limited. And then you have the infotainment apps right here. But I think it's too much, isn't it? Then here, this is then the map. So at the moment here in the night mode. And let's take a look here. This is also this kind of home menu that you have this bigger, vertical view. Here also for the weather and so on. Here the Apple CarPlay connection goes all the way over the screen. And yeah, I mean, let's listen to the Bose & Wilkins sound system, right, shall we? Ooh. Like a nice subtle sound, and it's all the way across the vehicle. Beautiful. We are the channel of details, and that's why I also cover this sunblind, and look at how thick it is and really soft. Here also together with this Alcantara microfiber sealing. Beautiful job here. This really just feels great to touch. And then also with the illuminated mirror. And then you can see also how Jonas is leaning back here in the cabin to be able to show you that. Hats off to Jonas as well. Standing here at the rear, important info. The rear access steering is also available for all the other models, so not exclusively bound to the M60 model. And here, by the way, first of all, here with the paint, here these copper accentuations inside, you can see how, the light from the camera, amazing, right? And here also, if you have that option, a soft close is available. Oh, magic. And then instant of doors, this will be very exciting. Once again, high class, how everything is from build quality. And then you have this control center here for the rear seats, basically, because here you have an electric shade here for the inside of the rear doors. And then you have, it takes a while, but it really covers the whole window. Quite cool. Here, 2 times. And when you now look up to the sunroof, so once again, there's the one from the front, the big one you can control from the rear. And then there's a second one. This is the first one. Then, not sure if you can catch that, Jones. Here, there's a second one then for the 6th and 7th seat. And there we go. And then everything is opened. This one here is the captain's seat setup, you can see. So looks pretty cool and luxurious. Standard would be a bench that goes all the way through, then with overall 7 seats. This then here, the 2-2-2 setup, so 6 seats overall. And when tall driver is there, plus tall passengers, here you still have some leg room left, and it's really comfortable in these captain seats. You have more comfort with the captain seats. However, they also have one drawback. The bench, then again, it's not that luxurious here from the seating. Here, pretty cool with the microfiber cushion, that's lovely. But then again, with the bench, everything folds down. Here, the captain seats are limited then in, very long luggage. I'll soon show that from the rear as well. New is that you have here, actually you can open that, 40 watt powered USB-C charging. By that you can also work with your laptop, for example. Nice ambient lighting then as well. And then we also have this middle unit. So yeah, the kids will love this because they can crouch around in the vehicle. Adaptive cup holders, 2 more USB-C chargers. There's also a climate unit. Hey, the rear passengers get still the rear climate unit. In the front we have capacitive BS. Probably I'll be rear passenger than here. Yeah, and then you also have these armrests right here. Did I break it? No, I hope not. So that's the way. That's the way. So here we go. And then of course we can fold these seats from here like this, and then they should, there we go, automatically slide forward. Sorry, I had to use the force first. And now you can see the 6th and 7th seat, and it really depends on how much legroom you have. So when I put this seat here now in the front, then I could be sitting here as a tall adult, and now there's this climbing action by me, so I can really move inside this vehicle. And let's see if I do fit in here. So when I put the seat forward, I more or less also fit in here. So you can drive this one with 6 tall adults. However, you can also use this here for child seats. That's also possible. They thought of ISOFIX here in the rear. Yeah, and then also ambient lighting here, even in the rear, for example, and this panoramic roof. Headroom-wise, it gets close for me, but still somewhat works. And you even have, okay, sorry journalists, this is kind of impossible to film. You have to do a layover for that. Yeah, every cameraman's nightmare now, but here there's another climate unit in top seating, even with heated seats here. One more time, a look here at the rear with the new tail lamps, and now we open the tailgate, and we know it's 2 split. So you also have this picnic function. It's a quite nice feature. I always think so. You can, sit down here and then have a lunch somewhere at the outdoors or something. Yeah, I know it's not this typical off-road or camper vehicle. Maybe like could be a glamping vehicle. So this is like a small cover here. Then 6th and 7th seat, and then we have here on this side 12 watt power supply. And on the left side, you have the individual controls for the seats, or you also have this maximum luggage button, and everything is folding. And during that, you can see here 1 meter or 40 inches in width. The length, just of short part, is about 44 centimeters, 17 inches. Then the length here of the normal trunk is about 115 meters or 45 inches. And let me hit it one more time. Yeah, that's for maximum luggage. But then the only thing you can do here is slide them a little bit more forward, and you have a little bit more space. But that's basically it. You can of course drive with these captain seats length forward. That's also possible, and that would be then the maximum length for luggage. But there you can see that's the disadvantage. So here, then it slides a little bit more forward. But if you would have the bench that goes all the way through, you could go even a little bit longer. Here then the maximum with captain seats is 115 meters or 59 inches, whereas with the through bench you easily can get like 2 meters, or this now about 80 inches. So tell me what you think of the BMW X7 facelift, especially of course great with the upgrade with the new animal-free material on the interior. Check out the Mercedes GLS episode and also the BMW X7 from a great driving episode, different engines, and we have great landscape. It's pre-facelift, but definitely worthwhile watch.